Hello, my name is Adam Roberts, former candidate for mayor in the city of Calgary. I wrote the following letter to the law enforcement in Canada, but particularly the Ottawa Police Service. This letter is to our brave law enforcement officers in Canada. You diligently put your lives on the line to serve the public by trying to ensure our country and cities are safe. At great personal risk to yourselves and your families, you go out the door every day to help others, whether it is to help a family struggling with addiction or to get a murderer off the street. You take an oath to enforce the law. It has become more and more apparent to me that our systems are failing. The legislative branch and the judicial branch. The legislative branch in not practicing due diligence in the formation of law, the judicial branch in its enforcement of it. The legislative branch has enacted law without ensuring due process, enacting laws in contradiction with the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, ignoring the Section 1 requirements to provide demonstrable justification and only to such reasonable limits. Section 1 reads as follows. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees the rights and freedoms set out in it, subject only to such reasonable limits prescribed by law as can be demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society. In my opinion, the mandates enacted by all forms and levels of government, of legislative government in Canada were not demonstrably justified and did not take into consideration the values and principles which guide the court. The inherent dignity of the human person, commitment to social justice and equality, accommodation of a wide variety of beliefs, respect for cultural and group identity, and faith in social and political institutions which enhance the participation of individuals and groups in society. The judicial branch is enforcing these mandates that did not follow due process, enacting them in direct contradiction to existing law. While officers have the duty to not follow unjust laws, it can be difficult when top brass gives the order. Threats of pay cuts, demotion, and even termination. However, keep this in mind. If one unjust order is followed, then what about the next? At what point is it unjust or perhaps even illegal to follow the order? I currently think about what I have observed going on in Ottawa. The chief of police carrying out orders to steal lawfully owned goods from Canadian citizens, requiring more and more enforcement officers, even though the levels of criminal activity are so low that they require intelligence operations to appease the city board to hunt for criminal activity. Working officers beyond reason and against occupational health and safety requirements. Shifts of 16 and 18 hours are not healthy and can have severe consequences in the way enforcement officers operate. It affects the officers on the job and in the home. I count this as two laws broken by the chief of police. One, the seizure of lawfully owned property, and two, the overworking of his officers, jeopardizing their health and wellness. So I say to all law enforcement in the country, stand down to unjust orders and protest your unlawful working conditions. All this has been in the name of safety, which is conveniently ignored in regards to you and your families. Let's stop it now before it goes too far. If we don't, we will all regret it later. When the government takes the rights from some of us, they take it from all of us. Thank you very much.